So I did my first tour to the north at the beginning of this year, just when the newly elected mayors had taken office. And first, it was good to see that the transfer of power in all four municipalities in the north had taken place in a very calm and professional way. Having said that, nobody disputes that Kosovo law is applicable in the whole territory of Kosovo. That's beyond question. The only thing I think is important to us is that the way this happens, given the historic background, is in such a way that it doesn't negatively impact simply the everyday lives of people. That is why we were engaged at the beginning of this year when we were talking about the application of the law on foreigners. And we were happy, to see the agreement concluded between the Prime Minister and the EU Special Representative Vita Sørensen. That was our spirit in which we were supporting that work.
As Rene says, that is a very important opportunity for Kosovo to have the rule of law all over the country applied, but in a way which doesn't disadvantage disproportionately people who, for one reason or another, have found it difficult to be able to fulfill those conditions. So the fact that they now have that opportunity is really important, and it's really important, I think, that the government follows through on the commitments which they made on the 14th of March. Yeah. I think more generally, there's also an opportunity, seems to me, and it seems to me to be majorly in the interests of everybody in Kosovo, that all of the different non-majority communities who make up the population of this country feel safe, feel wanted, feel comfortable, feel they want to be part of the future of this fantastic country that is Kosovo.
Do you really think that Serbs from the north really want this?
I'm not going to speak for them, but I do think that...
But you talk to them, you meet them.
I do.
You hear them.
I do. I think, like most of us, what they want is to have a good education, to have good access to healthcare, to have good employment and economic opportunities, to have safe places for their families to live. I think they live in Kosovo, and that's the thing that they are mainly looking for. And I think it's very much in Kosovo's interests if, one way or another, it's possible to make them feel confident that that's the kind of life they can live in this country.